Summary, Tuesday, April 9, 2019, on Young and the Restless today, Phyllis has a plan for Lola and Kyle, Ray protects Mia, and Jack is blindsided by Ashley, again. At Crimson Lights, Phyllis meets with Lola to discuss planning a party for herself after being fired from Jawboat. Phyllis with Lola. Young and Restless. Lola said she'd have to pass because of the restaurant, but asked if she wanted to see if Lola would be a threat to their marriage. At another table, Paul is looking at the evidence from Lola's attack. Mia is at the GCAC, smiling at her ultrasound photo of her baby. Ray calls Arturo to return his call so they can talk about Mia. Paul arrives at Ray's apartment to discuss business. He didn't want to fire Ray, but he was betrayed. Ray stands by what he did, even if it meant losing Paul's trust. Paul says he's willing to give him a chance to regain his trust, asking him to solve one case in particular, Lola's attack. Paul goes over the details of the attack and the fact that it was a woman who did this. Because of the jacket she was wearing, Paul wonders if the person could have been aiming to hurt Abby. Ray knows Mia and Abby had an argument earlier that night about Arturo. Mia had an alibi, she was with Arturo that night. Ray also tells Paul why he's no longer with Mia. He'll do what he can to solve the case. At the Abbott house, Jack calls a meeting with Tracy, Kyle, and Summer. He says they have competition. My Jack talks competition. Young and Restless Beauty by Ashley. Jack shares his plan, Jawboat Collective, cosmetics and fragrance lines along with their new fashion label will become a new lifestyle brand. Clothing, shoes, accessories, shoppers can click and buy, they'll have bloggers and influencers. Tracy has serious doubts relying too much on the fashion division. It's too big of a shift, she thinks, and that it's all to one-up Ashley. Jack calls it healthy competition, and with the small number of products they now have, they have to do something drastic. Jack offers Summer an official position to work with Kyle and Jack. Summer can't give Jack an answer and doesn't want to leave Newman in a lurch. At the cafe, Phyllis tells Lola she didn't know about Summer's surgery. Lola wishes Summer and Kyle the best of luck with their marriage. Phyllis isn't so keen on it. The longer the one-sided marriage goes on, the harder it will be. Phyllis wants to take Summer away for a few days. Phyllis admits Kyle is not in love with Summer yet loves Lola. Lola is doubtful but knows Kyle has never gotten over Summer. Phyllis wishes Kyle could look at Summer the way he looks at Lola. Phyllis arrives to pick Summer up for breakfast. Mia arrives at Crimson Lights and shares with Lola that she's pregnant. Mia asks Lola to speak to Ray, and help Mia save her marriage, for the sake of the baby, but Mia thinks the baby could be Arturo's. Mia says Ray is also to blame for allowing Sharon into their marriage. Mia will do anything she can to win Ray back. She also tells Lola she should fight for Kyle. At GCAC, Phyllis and Summer talk about Jack's job offer. Phyllis raises the point that it's important to have a Summer agrees holiday Young and Restless life separate from her marriage to Kyle and to think long and hard before walking away from Newman. Phyllis then admits she booked a short getaway for the two of them. Phyllis and Summer arrive back at the Abbott house so that Summer can pack a bag for their impromptu getaway. Jack and Phyllis exchange a few words about the job offer to Summer as Phyllis thinks Jack is trying to get back at her. As Kyle and Phyllis say goodbye, Phyllis is on the phone and tells someone, "The clock starts now." Whoever is on the other end is asked to follow Kyle and Lola closely. Inside, Kyle tells Jack he needs to go for a run to clear his head. Jack finds an article about Ashley's new brand direction, My Beauty Collective, which is exactly what Jack had planned. Mia shows up at Ray's apartment to talk about the baby, and ask for Ray's financial support even though he's Mia at Ray's place asking for support, young and restless, unemployed. He shares that Paul offered him a second chance if he can solve Lola's case. Mia looks worried as Ray says Paul knows Lola was wearing Abby's coat. Ray tells Lola he told Paul she was with Arturo that night. He had to tell Paul that so she's not a suspect. Mia is grateful that he's looking out for her and the baby. Ray will do whatever he can to protect them, for now. He's still wondering if the baby is Arturo's. Back at Crimson Lights, Paul asks someone on the phone to track Arturo down so he can ask him a few questions, and later, Kyle runs into Lola,